Okay, everybody. This is Sheets, and I am going to go through a really quick MMA review because I actually really like this card from a DraftKings perspective. So I figured I would just throw it up here. Not going to tweet about it at all. Just probably drop it in our Discord channel. If anybody actually sees this on YouTube, they can feel free to just use it. But I'm not going to make a big deal about it. But I actually do like this a lot, and I'm just going to show you my process and etc. So first things first, this is going to be a high owned spot, but there's every once in a while when you have a fight cancellation or replacement, you get these weird anomalies where these guys were priced based on a previous opponent. And the one that's here is Odie Osborne. So Odie Osborne is 7,800. He was slated to fight somebody else where he'd be a small underdog. So that's why he was priced at 7,800. However, they replaced the opponent with Jerome Rivera. And you'll see Odie Osborne's a 210 favorite. So this is just an immediate kind of equity must play. Now, yeah, you can make the argument that, it's going to be highly owned, but I can't find a way to justify not playing it given that level of equity. Okay. So Osborne is going to be, I presume, in almost every one of my lineups. That's the first thing. The second thing that makes it easy is there are, at least to me, some pretty clear spots. Okay. So we're going to look at the odds, and we're also going to look at finishing rates. In other words, what the props are for finishing in the first 2 rounds or something like that. Because those are the guys you want to look for. And the first guy you want to look at, first of all, is Devontae Smith. He's not only a 3-1 favorite over Justin James, but if you look, it's actually a favorite to not even last through the first round, right? If you want to bet on under 1.5 rounds, you got to lay 162. So you have this combination of a big favorite and a guy who rates to finish it really quickly. So that is another one that I'm going to get just an enormous amount of. Let's put this up here. Let's get rid of that. All right. So that's the other thing, and you'll see Smith in there. Then there are other real key spots that you have to focus on. First of all is the main event. The main event is 5 rounds, so it's probably worth keying anyway. But not only that, but it also does have a very favorable under the distance prop, within the distance prop. So it's basically a pick 'em at 2.5 rounds, which is usually, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty quick. So you have the upside of that being the case, and also you have that kind of safety that if it doesn't finish in the first 2 rounds, you might have 5 rounds to rack up points. So I'm basically going to fit probably 100% of this fight. I don't really have much of an opinion between these two. I guess Volkov would be my slight lean, but it's really not even that important. Just make sure that you play that fight. Then the other fight that you want to look at, and again, it's so clear to me this week, I don't know why, there's a couple. One is this Cape versus Pantoja fight. And again, you look, it's a pick'em fight for openers. And then you look at within the distance prop, and you see it's almost pick'em to finish, again, under 1.5 rounds. It's a small favorite, but that's really, that implies a very quick finish. And with all the bonuses available, for finishing quick, you just want to have all this fight. So for me, I'm going to have probably 100% of that. Probably going to have more Pantoja. I just like him a little bit more, but that's just my opinion. You really have to, but honestly, you have to get this. Right? This is, I don't usually know all that much about MMA, but I know how DK works. I know how pricing works. I know how all this works. And to me, seems pretty easy. There are a couple of more spots that I want to key on. One is this one, which is the where is this dude? Where'd it go? Dariush against, he disappeared. Oh, against Ferreira. Again, pick 'em fight. supposed to be a lot of volume in here, and it rates to be pretty close to the pick them at 2.5 rounds. So this is another one. So I want to make sure I get probably somebody from this fight as well. Then, I mean, as far as opinions go, I actually do have some. So I'm probably going to get this guy, Mike Rodriguez. Apparently Marquez is literally one of the worst. And the distance prop is pretty good too. It's within, I'm going to pause this for a second. All right, sorry about that. And it's under the distance prop, so I'm going to probably have an inordinate amount of of Rodriguez. And then the other opinions I have, if you want to filter some of these in, is I like a couple of women, actually. I like, well, it's spelled Rosa, but it's pronounced Hosa, I believe. Carol, we gotta get this. Carol Hosa, I like her at 8,700. And then the other one who's kind of an underdog, I like Procopio at 7,700. So for me, I'm able to build all the lineups I need with most of these people. And the other guys I'm going to filter in are is the big favorite, the Standman. I don't know if I'm going to play Sandhagen. I might, but I'll fill in with some Standman as well. And as you'll see, if you build lineups, you can do this with just using the guys I mentioned, and Valiev. Sorry, Valiev is pretty good too. They just make the pricing really easy for you to build lineups if you just follow that process. And for me, it's just easy game for this week. Now, again, that doesn't mean I'm going to win, but at least from a process standpoint, it fits my process perfectly. I'm going to get about 20 lineups, maybe a little less actually. And, the thing to remember is if you do take 50, all of those key fights and you don't have an opinion, by definition, they're not all going to be live, right? I mean, if you take 3 key fights and you play every combination, only 1/8 of them are going to be live. So 12% of them are going to be live, even if they all hit. But that's a lot. You know what I mean? If you have 12% of your lineups that are live for the whole cheese, and then just need to fill in those other 3, that's really strong. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll drop this in the Discord, and I don't know if I'm going to be around to sweat because I'm going out for dinner tomorrow, but maybe for the last couple of fights. All right, that's about it, and see you next time.